Composer Laura Karpman creates powerful, imaginative scores that push the boundaries of storytelling. Her award-winning music, spanning film, television, theater, interactive media, and live performance, reflects her audaciously creative spirit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Silly gone by, baby, diamond ring.
We wanna leave you happy. Don't wanna leave you sad. I don't wanna be sad.
She collaborates with the most innovative filmmakers of our time, her work underpinning exceptional examples across every genre: drama, documentary, action, animation, romantic comedy, the list goes on. Her scores include the Marvel Studios series What If?, the HBO hit series Lovecraft Country, the 2020 Oscar-nominated documentary Walk, Run, Cha-Cha, and the Discovery Channel docuseries Why We Hate, for which she recently won an Emmy Award.
And the Emmy goes to?
Why We Hate, Tools and Tactics.
I am incredibly honored to receive this Emmy. Writing music for Why We Hate was a calling.
Laura's upcoming projects include The Marvels, a Marvel Studios feature film directed by Nia DaCosta. Through the impressive range of her work, there is a common theme. Whether on stage or on screen, her music earns accolades. Yet beyond her Emmy-winning and Grammy-winning talent, Laura is equally remarkable for being a fierce champion for inclusion in Hollywood. After founding the Alliance for Women Film Composers, she became the first American woman composer inducted into the music branch of the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences, and she was subsequently elected to be the first female governor of the music branch. In that role, Laura has made indelible strides, advocating for Academy membership for dozens of underrepresented composers and songwriters, as well as spearheading the Academy Women's Initiative. Her leadership in creating opportunity and standing up for inclusion is unparalleled. I admire Laura Karpman because she is both an artist and an advocate, writing impactful music while helping the next generation of composers. She uses the heights she has achieved to lift others up. Laura uses her platform to serve as a mentor, allowing other historically marginalized composers to see their place in the industry and feel empowered to walk a similar path. Composing may be, typically, a solo act, but Laura has built a community from and through it, one that will live on as part of her impressive artistic legacy. Please welcome Laura Karpman.
Thank you. I don't know how I'm supposed to give a speech after these gorgeous performances. I don't know how I'm supposed to give a speech after that gorgeous introduction. What I can tell you for sure is you are way hipper than we were when I was here, a student here. That's for sure. All right, I'm going back to on book. It'll be better for everybody. Good afternoon, artists, Dean Gear, and for all of you beautiful faculty and colleagues. I can't tell you how moved I am by this invitation. And of course, greetings to the families, the parents. I have an 11-year-old son. I can imagine your pride, and I share in it. Congratulations for supporting and creating the next generation of profound artists who will shake up the world. We know for sure they will, because we've just seen it on this stage. I'm also mindful that I was supposed to give this address to the class of 2020 and then the class of 2021. Being together here is pure magic, and I, for one, will never take it for granted again. The last time I was here in Hill Auditorium, I was sitting in those seats, and I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald sing How High the Moon. It's true. And now standing on this stage today while celebrating this most auspicious occasion, marking this a moment of arrival and launch of possibility, I feel like a time traveler. That's because I am living my life in my imagination and living my life as an artist. And I can tell you for sure, it's the best life of all to live. So I'm often asked by students like you or graduates now, what's the secret to my success? Like there's some mysterious box someplace that I have the key for. Well, guess what? Tonight I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm in this time-traveling space, I'm gonna reveal my secrets. So I'm gonna tell you 10 hot tips, 10 kernels of advice to take with you on your upcoming journey, which is gonna be great and crazy and insane. Okay, number 1, hot tip, how to belong and how to be understood. I personally have always felt like I was in orbit on the outside looking in. My mother was a visual artist, and she would play this crazy eclectic record collection, everything from Stravinsky to flamenco to Miles Davis, and I devoured those sounds. I committed every Ellis Fitzgerald scat to memory by the time I was 12. And all of these artists were models of sorts. I heard myself in their music, but not in their identity. I didn't know how I could fit in, and I didn't know if I would ever belong anywhere. And when I came here, a long time ago now, it was the very early days of the AIDS crisis. At that time, I began to seek clarity about myself as a queer, Jewish, female composer. And over there somewhere, there was this place, this crazy place on First and Huron called the Rubaiyat, with bright mirrored disco ball and driving beats. The Rubaiyat represented total, unbridled freedom, freedom that was new to me. It was wild, it was incredible, it was a dream. Vladimir Horowitz, the pianist, Leonard Bernstein, the greats, some closeted, probably most closeted, who played this hall, they would go dance the night away at the Rubaiyat after they were done here. It's true. And you kind of look over and say, is that? Oh yeah. I thought he was married. Well, maybe, okay, I'm off book again. This is dangerous. I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. All right, back to the script, people. As I further discovered and embraced my own identity, this place of total freedom was a beacon. I belonged there. And I want to tell you that you all belong. It's so simple to write artist's office fringe as extra, but you are essential. You are the storytellers and the mirror of our world. Be in your truth, find your lighthouse, find your Rubaiyat. I wonder how you're doing Rubaiyat. No, see, there you go. Okay. Again, I'm off script. I'm getting back on again. Number 2. Okay, don't underestimate who will change your life. The summer after my freshman year here, I went to Fontainebleau, France, to study with the great Nadia Boulanger, who taught so many composers, including Quincy Jones, Astor Piazzolla, William Balcom, Aaron Copland. I wanted to be a part of their story, to be one of those composers who flocked to study her detailed approach to voice leading and harmony. But it wasn't my time with Boulanger that had the most profound effect on me. Next to Boulanger's studio was the studio of a composer named Louise Talma. Now, you've probably never heard of her. She was extremely stern. She always wore all black and very unforgiving shoes. Really, like, I don't know how she wore those things. There she taught theory and counterpoint, and I wandered in one day. And I think she might have seen something in me despite my incredible sloppiness, my mistakes, my left-handed pencil smears. She began to help me cement my craft. And years later, I think about Louise Talma, this combinations of her persistence and her invisibility as a composer. She had a significant artistic output, and yet she continues to be invisible. For most underrepresented artists, this is their experience. They are unseen. Their work branded insignificant, irrelevant, less than. This lack of representation still penetrates our field. The work that Talma did with me, that microscopic insistence, critically impacted the DNA of my creative thinking. I may have gone to France to study with Boulanger, but it was Louise Talma who made her mark on me. So, you all be open. Be open to that door next to the door that you think you should be walking through. That aperture that is goal adjacent. Those invisible artists who may not be drowning in the spotlight will lead your way. Let them. And then make a lot of noise about those people. Okay, number 3. Pivot pivot, 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 pivot. You will have to navigate a course change in your careers a million times. I have had so many doors closed to me for reasons outside of my control. As a result, my path has been non-linear, a twisty, windy one that has been filled with unexpected surprises. So I'm going to give you an example. After scoring a Spielberg project that made me think, oh my God, I've made it, the phone's going to be ringing off the hook, it's going to be crazy. The phone didn't ring. I'm off book again. Okay. All these opportunities that were supposed to be coming to me, they were actually whisked away and given to other people by a very bad agent. It was a rude awakening, but a good one. What I thought would be a linear path was interrupted. In those bleak moments, I turned to jazz, which were my roots. In some stroke of luck, or perhaps magic, I discovered Langston Hughes's critically neglected poem, Ask Your Mama 12 Moods for Jazz. This poem totally shook my world, and good things started happening. This poetry led me to the great opera singer Jesse Norman, who I know sang here many times and who we love, also an alumna, of course. Then we brought in the roots, Questlove and Black Thought. The foundations of collaboration were grounded here at U of M, where we workshopped all 104 minutes. We went on to grow and bloom at Carnegie Hall, the Apollo Theater, the Hollywood Bowl, and guess what? We won a Grammy too. So here's the moral of the story. This piece of multimedia concert music, Ask Your Mama, exploded my scoring career. That winding path launched new creative chapters because I kept writing, because I opened myself up to collaboration with the most wildly wonderful people. A friend once told me to collect small yeses, follow those yeses, and pivot, pivot, pivot. Say it with me. I'm off book. Don't do it. Okay. I'm getting back on book again. This one's going to really make you laugh. Number 4, and faculty, you'll love me for this. You know all that annoying technique and theory that you've just learned? It comes in handy. It's really useful, people. All those tedious things, the bar exercises, that ear training, sol, mi, do, si, do, vocal warm-ups, and guess what? Even music students, and this one's gonna shock you, German augmented sixths. You think that you didn't need to know them, but you do, okay? I use those skills every day of my professional life. Number 5, this is a big one too. Develop your own unique voice as an artist. Because the most famous people are already famous, you think you should copy them. You shouldn't. Yes, use those skills of imitation because they can help you build technique. But you will always be stuck as somebody's assistant or a knockoff version of the more famous person. You have to develop your own voice as an artist. As Jesse Norman said, pigeonholes are for pigeons. Don't get stuck in somebody else's rut. Okay, number 6, we're getting there. Allow yourself to fall in love and allow yourself to be loved. You should fall for art, fall for your people, let yourself be loved, make a family, build a strong support system, have children in your life, teach them and let them teach you because they will. All of my best friends I met here at University of Michigan, and one of them came tonight to watch me speak. Peter Maletsky. We met 40 years ago in freshman orientation, and when he walked in, I thought, God, he's cute. Oh, but he's gay. But then I was too. I hadn't been to the Rubaiyat yet, but that, again, I'm off book. I never thought I would have this life that I'm leading with a wife and a son, beautiful niece, a fantastic family, great friends. They all form a network of support for me that is absolutely essential. All right, number 7. Take big risks artistically. You know what? I don't even think I need to tell you guys that after what I've seen on this stage tonight. So I'll be very quick on this one. But it's a sports metaphor, and everybody loves sports metaphors, right? Especially musicians, none of whom play sports. But again, off book. All right, there's a feeling that I get when I'm skiing a black diamond run. Okay, now I'm just showing off, right? Okay, because I am a good skier, but it's the only thing I can do besides music. It's cold. I'm literally going to throw myself off a cliff. It's a little dangerous, but I know I'm good enough to do it, and then I do it, and it's completely exhilarating, and it's totally worth it. Take risks. Bring art to everything you do, even the most commercial ventures. Be brave. A life in art is a life of learning, and that's the great thing. Always be a student. Okay, here's one that's going to rock your world. Competition is good. You will be in competition with the people who are sitting next to you. And you're going to lose precious opportunities to some of them. And guess what? You're going to be jealous. And guess what? That's natural. But love them too and support them. They are your colleagues. If their careers take off sooner than yours, they can recommend you for work. Make an ally out of every single person you know. Number 9, we're getting to the end. Be an advocate. When oppression and discrimination are happening around you, it is so easy to say nothing. Artists are led to believe that we are powerless, but that's not true. In fact, you all have a superpower, the bravery and courage to tell the truth. You have to be willing to speak up, and you have to support those around you who are speaking up. Again, there is still this underlying fear that if we speak out, we will never work again. If we tell the truth, we will lose that one chance. It's the opposite. If we don't speak out, we will lose all the chances. You are standing on the shoulders of the brave artists who have come before you. All the artists that will follow your path will look to what you have done. Okay, final tip. Ready? How to make it. You ready for the big tip? Okay. Any of you students who are in the audience who have made any money at anything, I'm talking about playing piano in a bar, I'm talking about teaching piano to your next door neighbor, stand up. Come on, stand up. Nobody has made money playing piano in a bar? Oh God, you're gonna ruin my whole thing. All right, good, there you go. Good, we got one. Has any, there you go. Okay, wait. Not everybody has to get up. I got more. Has anybody here ever performed in a recital? Stand up. A production of any kind. Stand up. Well, my goodness, look, you're all pretty much standing. And guess what? You've made it already. Congratulations. Now sit down, because you're ruining my speech. No, it's awesome, and it's true. You've already made it. There's not some magic place where finally you've made it. You've already done it. And now you have to keep going. And don't stop. Create your work daily, and don't depend on anybody to ask you to do it. And so it turns out, my friends, life is wonderfully, deliciously long. And I'm here before you, having been here in your shoes over 40 years ago. Like you, I continue to imagine my future because you know what? It's changing. Because of the advocacy work I've done, I have bigger opportunities now than I've had in my entire career. I want to leave you with this. We are a community of dreamers. We build memory and imagination together. In this extraordinary space, just between memory and imagination, there's a mystical land that feels almost impossible to navigate, but your life's work will be journeying there. It's the kind of land where dragons breathe fire, where the woods are haunted, and guess what? Fairies serve you tea. This place is magical and unexpected, and there's a disco ball there. Nothing is impossible in this space. You look out at the beautiful and sometimes terrifying road ahead of you, and I know and you know you will travel it with your special, unique, and courageous imagination. Have a safe journey, class of 2022. I can't wait to see what you do, and thank you for having me.